Citrus production and nurseries contribute more than $10 million to the Plaquemines Parish economy. The cattle industry there also injects another $2 million. That's according to the LSU Ag Center. Citrus and cattle were also the two commodities hit hardest by Hurricane Isaac. As This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's Avery Davidson shows us, this is the third season of loss for Plaquemines Parish over the last 7 years.
An injured calf limping along a ridge of land poking out of the water. The bloated belly of another rises from the floodwaters in Plaquemines Parish. That's what Charter Captain Renee Dandry sees on a short boat ride through a pasture just south of Belle Chase.
We saved about 50 or 60 cows yesterday.
These are not his cattle. They belong to his girlfriend's father. But Dandry knows how important the cattle industry is to Plaquemines Parish. His degree is in agriculture. So many of the cattle you see standing along the Belle Chase Highway and even grazing in the median are steers and heifers Dandry helped pull from the water.
Some of them get up and they go right back to the muck.
Really?
Yeah. You know, to them it looks like ground.
Part of the problem with the cattle here in Plaquemines Parish is there just really isn't anywhere for them to go. Watch, come with me for a moment. Because even the places which look high and dry, like the side of the road here, well, it's still pretty wet and soggy. And this hoof print right here, this is where a cow stood, sunk right in, and look, it sunk down far enough to where I can put my entire fist inside of that hoof print. That wears cattle out.
But cattle are not the only ones wearing out.
I'm tired of big storms like this, I really am. When you add in a few freezes and some of the other devastation, it's just hard to convince a housewife that I have married out of the city. It's hard to convince her to keep hanging in there.
Patrick Becnel is a sixth-generation citrus grower. He's also a helicopter pilot with the Plaquemines Parish Sheriff's Office. He only had time to speak while driving between flights. Following Isaac, 16-hour shifts are the norm for Becnel.
This was one storm that, unlike Katrina, who came in extremely fast and extremely fierce, this one was moderately fierce, but it just stayed and grinded on top of one area. It just didn't move for so long, and so many of the different waterways and so many of the different things that were bearing on the levees and the surge, along with the wind and the 20+ inches of rain. It all added together. This was one bad storm for Plaquemines Parish.
It's here at the orchard where Becnel sees Isaac was bad for his business. The roots of trees remain covered by water days after the storm. Fruit blown from branches are piled at the high water mark. Even oranges still in the trees show damage from the storm.
Some of it got so much water so quick, it's just splitting.
In the nursery, young trees are down and scattered. Already Becnel is working to repair the damage. He's not waiting on aid from the federal government.
Nobody is going to wait for the long bureaucratic junk that goes on with that. We're going to take care of what we have to the best of our ability, for sure. This is what we're born to do, and so we'll do it again.
It's that spirit which keeps agriculture alive. In Plaquemines Parish, I'm Avery Davidson for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Patrick Becnel says he's confident his nursery trees will recover in about a month. He also says there will be plenty of oranges and satsumas available to Louisiana Farm Bureau members through the annual holiday shop, so be sure to buy a box and help out those Plaquemines Parish citrus growers recover.